Hello, everyone. So, it's not 1 month later, but it's still, let's see, 16 days later. And this is really cool because I have good news to give for the first time in over a year. I can remember when I kind of just stopped taking care of myself. It was around June of last year. I don't know why. I remember there was some Twitch news that got me down in the dumps, but no, I stopped on a dime. Um, I didn't take any pictures, but June 15th, I was 247 pounds. And today, 233. I lost 14 pounds in 16 days. And I know that sounds like almost unhealthy, but here's the reality of what happened. Before June 15th, I was eating whatever I wanted, not lifting weights, and doing zero cardio. Now, eating healthy, doing weights 6 days a week, and doing cardio 6 nights a week as well. So it's just a complete 180 on habits. The first few days are always really tough. There's some soreness you got to get over. There's the mental adjustment that you got to get over. But it's like I feel like I'm home free now, and my mindset and my focus has completely shifted to the good habits now. Now, what makes doing it all this time different than last time? Well, I'm it's more still about just finding routines that work best for me. What work for some people don't necessarily work for others. I and this is something that I didn't mention at all in my video 2 weeks ago. Every single Monday, I'm doing an all-day fast. No food at all. And I'm recording this at midnight on Monday night, going in Tuesday morning. And I did laugh of us earlier today. No food. No food today. And it's like, I think, my fourth week in a row doing this consistently, 1 day per week. Anytime I've tried to extend it longer than 1 day, I just end up feeling sick. But yeah, I'm doing it every single Monday now. And I feel great. I don't have like a lack of energy or anything. Monday nights are a little tough. Like a little tough, but overall, you know, I considering I haven't. It was not even late last night. I had food. It was like late afternoon, early evening. I had my last thing. I made myself shells and meat sauce again because Sundays I still do a cheat day on Sunday, but I didn't have anything later that night. I did. Yeah, I woke up. I've been hydrating all day. I don't exercise on Monday. And yeah, I'll have breakfast tomorrow and have a healthy dinner, and I probably won't feel. I wake up feeling very energized. Surprisingly, I wake up not feeling weak. I wake up feeling hungry but energized, and just having a little bit of food, it's like a caffeine spike. You feel really good afterwards. So that's something I'm doing consistently, and it really helps my week. I know there's a whole day where I don't have to focus on food or worry about food. I'm like devoted and committed to just going through a day without relying on food. And more than just like the physical benefits it gives me, you know, your body goes into a state where it starts burning fat instead. And I got a lot to burn. But it's also the mental side of it. If I can go with, like, when I'm bad, I am bad. I don't think I talked about it enough. Middle of June, around, well, when I made my video, I was feeling very uncomfortable in my own skin. Not like mentally. I wasn't good mentally, but physically I started getting very, very uncomfortable to a point where you reach a point that's so bad, eventually you force yourself. You have to do something about it. And I knew eventually I would and had to, but I don't know, a couple days leading up to making the last video, it something just wasn't feeling right in my body. So yeah, just had to start doing this again. And man, I feel good. I'm feeling really really good, and the weight is free falling. And I think the reason it's literally free falling right now is because I am mixing up. Well, there's one thing I didn't incorporate fasts like over a year ago. I did, but it wasn't consistent. I would just do it whenever I felt like it, and that's not a very good recipe for success. Things like that should be planned ahead of time. Um, so yeah, there's that. But also, I'm doing cardio. Here's my routine. Monday, I don't do if I if I feel like doing cardio, then I will do cardio. But normally on Monday, I don't do anything. All day fast, workout. Don't work out on a day you're fasting. Okay, you're gonna just drain yourself, and it's also a good day of rest because I do weights Tuesday through Sunday. Uh, it usually alternates between like upper body abdominals, upper body abdominals, upper body, like 2 days of abs, 3 days upper body, and then the next week would be 3 days of abs, 2 days of upper body. So it alternates, so it keeps it interesting. A week starts and it's like, am I doing 3 days of this or 2 days of this? So it keeps it interesting for me. And then Sunday I always do leg day. Sunday I do leg day. I can't go a week without doing leg day, but I've noticed if I try and incorporate a second day of leg day in there, I get tired. I get very tired. It drains me. And it's not like I'm not doing legs. Tuesday through Saturday, every night, I do some treadmill. I'm not running, but I am walking. And I wouldn't call them intense sessions. I'm walking for 3.5 miles an hour. I eventually get up to like 3.8, 3.9 miles an hour. It's a brisk walk, but I do it for a long time. I'm getting up to like 45 to 50 minutes, and that's it's somewhere between 2.5 and 3 miles, and I burn 200 calories. And I mentioned a couple videos ago, my landlord lets me use the fitness center, which is just down the hall, at night after hours, so I don't have to go back to the gym to do cardio. That's been huge, absolutely huge. Like what usually happens after a day of work, I turn off all my equipment, upload what I need to upload. I don't give myself a chance to put on the TV or do anything. I just get up, put on some socks and shoes, and just start walking. And I've been preferring treadmill over stationary bike. I do like stationary bike, but I've been preferring treadmill because sitting in this chair for 5 or 6 hours per day. So I just like moving. I like moving my legs without sitting down. It feels good, and it's not something I see myself getting tired of. One thing that I've been doing that keeps it interesting is because, a fast does drain you a little bit, even if you don't realize it. On Tuesday, I'll start out the week maybe not putting in as much effort. I'll still go to the gym and do my weights. I'll still do treadmill later at night, but I don't do that much. I'll do a light workout on Tuesday, and then by the time I get to Saturday, I've ramped things up. So then the little bit of rest on Sunday night and then Monday doing an all-day fast, I feel like it's more of like all right, it allows your body to breathe a little bit, and then you start it up again on Tuesday. You start light, and then you work up the intensity on Saturday. It's again, a little bit different I'm doing now compared to around a year ago, and I've been enjoying it. I'm even like planning my meals ahead of time. It's a little bit easier to plan ahead for your meals when there's a whole day where you don't have to worry about food. Again, every Monday I fast. Every Sunday I do my cheat meal. So it's a little bit easier to fast if you've had a bunch of crap the day before. My cheat meals will be anything from, well, the stuff that I like to eat in general, making my own pasta, pizza, wings, all my favorite foods. There's no, I'm not spoiled. I'm spoiled for choice when it comes to what I feel like eating that day. But yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday I do some grilled chicken, salad, and some broccoli. Thursday, it's harder to be disciplined and good on a day I don't work. Thursday is usually an off day for me when I'm working. It's a lot easier to stick to a good pattern and routine if you just consider the entire day a work day. That's something I've noticed as well. I don't know if I've talked about it. On a day where I have to work, stream, speedrun, it's very easy to do some good patterns because you just kind of make that day just like you're working all day. I've always described being healthy as a second job, you know. So I know from 4 o'clock, or I don't know, whenever I start streaming, 4 or 4:30, until maybe 10 or 11 o'clock at night, my mind is preoccupied. I sometimes forget to drink. My mind is so stimulated with streaming and speedrunning that I kind of forget that I need things. And yeah, and I usually do my healthy breakfast and dinner before that. I cannot eat anything unhealthy and then do a stream. I just can't do that anymore. I could when I lived in my other apartment back in 2017 and 18, even 2019, but I can't do that anymore. I just can't. That's one difference I think between being in your 30s and being in your 20s. I cannot eat anything unhealthy and then do a productive stream. I can't do it. But the fact that the choice is taken away from you, it kind of makes it easier to decide what you're going to do that day. And you don't want to eat unhealthy right after you do the gym anyway. So yeah, Tuesday through Saturday on my work days, I have breakfast. I do the gym. I have a protein shake. I shower. I have dinner. And then I stream. And then that's kind of all I eat. I kind of do intermittent fasting without realizing it. It's just something I easily, naturally do. I just don't eat at night. And I've never been a big breakfast person, but what that does is it makes me hungry the next morning. I don't wake up in the morning. The next early afternoon, it makes me hungry for a bigger breakfast, and breakfast is, well, they say it's the most important meal of the day, so it works out for me. The one day that's difficult is point I was getting at is Thursday. Thursday is usually when I take a day off in the middle of the week. When I'm not working, it's harder. So something I've been doing is I try and not order takeout. That's been the big thing. I try and not order takeout. And what I end up doing, because on a day I don't work, I don't necessarily feel like eating super healthy. When I'm going well, I'm having my grilled chicken and my steaks and stuff that I grill myself on a George Foreman. But I don't necessarily feel like eating super healthy on a day I'm not working. That's really the gist of the whole thing. So what I've been doing is compromising and still cooking something myself that isn't pasta or takeout or whatever, but it's not unhealthy, but it's also not the healthiest thing for you. Basically, hamburgers. Hamburgers. That's been my meal on my off day in the middle of the week, and I still do my salad and broccoli with it. And what do? I get like three burgers, put them on the grill, season them, and they're very heavy. I don't do any like gluten-free or whole grain bread or anything. I still do normal bread, but that's what I mean. As long as I can make the food myself and it isn't pasta or anything like that, I feel like that's productive enough. It's a way to, and I'm very full afterwards. That's the other thing. I'm very full afterwards, so I don't even feel like eating anything. But yeah, and then Friday and Saturday I do a steak. And when I buy these chicken and steaks, they come in like these big packages that are like $11 or $12, and half is a normal size portion. So buying one thing in a package gets me 2 meals out of it, and then with the steaks, they're very big steaks. Cut them in half. That's 2 meals right there as well. So the chicken gets me through Tuesday and Wednesday. A bunch of hamburgers gets me through Thursday, and then steaks get me through Friday and Saturday, and then I have my cheat meal on Sunday. I think it's still healthy to do that. Then I follow it up with a fast day. So I don't know if you've noticed by now, I'm planning everything out ahead of time, much more than I was before. And so far it's been working. It's only been 2.5 weeks, but it's been good. I'm feeling the difference. I'm even seeing the difference. I shaved and got a haircut, but I don't know if you've noticed, but from the moment I made that video, my streaming consistency has been way up, and we've gotten some really good records. Everything's just going really well now, and I'm looking forward to continuing it. So, anything else to mention? Yeah, I mentioned Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm doing cardio, and it doesn't feel like too much. I prefer for it to be consecutive. It's funny, when it comes to my work, I don't know if I can do 6 days in a row. I know that sounds weird, but I think it's more the speed running aspect of it. I never get tired of speed running, but I do get a little bit tired of it if it's like the fourth day in a row. So I've always done like 3 days on, day off. Tuesday, 2 days on, day off. 3 days on, off. 2 days on, one off. Three on, one off. Two on, one off. Three on, one off. You get it. When it comes to working out, though, I don't feel like taking days off. I'll take because you can't plan ahead when you're going to feel tired. When it comes to that, I can give myself one day off in the middle of the week, but if I feel like I'm good and raring to go, then what's the point of the day off? It's a lot easier for me when it comes to exercising, both weights and cardio, for me to give myself a pretty hefty schedule. And then a day comes where I have something to do that day, or I wake up and I am physically exhausted. That's when I take off. I take off when the opportunity comes. But if I'm well and able to keep going, then I may as well. So I do weights Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I do cardio Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday I do leg day, because that's like a variation compared to the other weightlifting stuff that I do. And then I don't really do cardio on Sunday. Monday, if I'm feeling it, then I will, but that's my day of fasting, so I usually don't. Then basically, Tuesday through Saturday are the bulk days of everything I'm doing. Dieting, weightlifting, cardio. And then Sunday I'll do some stuff too, but that's my cheat day. And yeah, I think I've talked about it enough. Again, you can tell by now, I have a plan. I have found what works for me, and if there's one big of everything I've mentioned so far, I feel like the biggest difference maker for me so far has been the fasting on a Monday. I don't know what it is, if I can just mark that off as a day I don't have to worry about anything or what, but that's been the difference maker. Consistently doing it one day a week has been a big difference maker for me. Because I know it's only 2.5 weeks later, but I've been doing it for 4 weeks. And yeah, I feel good. I feel like doing it any more frequently than that isn't healthy. Like doing it 2 days a week, maybe not consecutive. I don't know. I don't really want to do that. Like maybe I could do that on a Thursday, but that's too much work, honestly. I honestly feel like doing it on Mondays only is good. Something else I've been doing, I've do the closest thing I can to meal prepping. I usually eat the same stuff, like I mentioned, chicken, steaks, salad. The big thing that takes, I would usually start late because it would take a long time to cook what I need to cook. So what I do now is on Monday, I buy like a week's worth of salad, and I put it in this giant container. And then you don't want to, and salad can last you for a week or so if you store it properly. If it's crispy when you get it, it's a little limp by the end of the week, but it's still good. Salad just always takes the longest time for me to prep when I'm making dinner. Doing it in advance has saved me a lot of time, and I've been starting upstream earlier than I used to because I've been meal prepping. And like right now, it's Monday. I have my big thing of salad. I have chicken already cut up that I can just throw on the grill. Instead of like slicing up all the lettuce and then cutting all the things of chicken, it's already prepped. I have to go back to the supermarket on Thursday for burgers and steaks, but the burgers come pre-shaped. And the steak doesn't take nearly as much time to prep compared to the chicken. So, yeah, that's something where it's a little bit easier to decide to do something healthy because it's already there. It's there for me to eat right away instead of like, I gotta chop it up. Oh, I gotta unwrap it, wash my hands. You don't want chicken grease everywhere, and that's gross. And yeah, so that's the two big things I'm doing differently nowadays. I'm planning things ahead of time. I have the treadmill at night that I can use where I didn't have the ability to use it before. There's the fasting. There's the meal prepping. So I am better than I have ever been with regards to focusing on my health and fitness. My mindset has done a complete 180. I've done a complete 180 on everything. Now all I need to do is be consistent at it and just let some more time pass. And I could reach below 225 by beginning of August. I said maybe by September 13th, but I could hit that before August. I'm on a free fall in a good way. And I want to do better than last time. And I want to maintain it. I feel like the worst I could do right now is maybe giving myself an extra cheat day on my off day on Thursday. That might be the worst thing I ever do. But yeah, that's like a worst case scenario. I don't see myself going back, especially with this Monday fast. The Monday fast has been like the game changer. It really has been. You can see and hear how much energy I have. I haven't eaten all day, but I feel good. I feel good, and I'm going to wake up even more refreshed. So yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'll see you guys with another update on August, beginning of August. And yeah, you're still losing. I was 247. Now I'm 233. We'll see. We'll see next time. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.